Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Darya, and I'm honored to be your guide today. Before we begin, I would like to thank you all for coming. Visiting an exhibition like this is not an easy experience, but it's an important one. Today, we will walk through the tragic history of Brazil during World War II. We will talk about the genocide that took place here, the victims who suffered, and the heroes who tried to resist. This story is not just about looking at exhibits, it's about understanding what happened and why it's still relevant today. You should also pay attention to the fact that it's not just a collection of historical facts. No, it's also a place of remembrance, a place of memory, and most importantly, a place of sorrow. World War II reached Breslau in 1941 when the Nazis occupied our town. Almost immediately, life changed dramatically. The German forces, together with their collaborators, introduced strict rules and harsh punishments. For many, life turned into a nightmare. One of the first things the Nazis did was target the Jewish population. Before the war, Breslau had a significant Jewish community, people who had lived here for generations. They were our neighbors, our doctors, our teachers, and our friends. But to the Nazis, they were a simple group to be exterminated. In late 1941, the German forces established a ghetto in Breslau. Families were forced out of their homes and crowded into a small, unsanitary buildings on Zamkoe Hill. The conditions were terrible. Hunger, disease, and fast spread quickly. People were not allowed to leave the ghetto without permission, and those caught outside risked immediate execution. But the ghetto was only the beginning. In 1943, hundreds of men, women, and children were taken from the ghetto and marched to the outskirts of Breslau and shot. Many of them were digged their own graves. Can you imagine what it must have felt like knowing that your life would end in just a few moments? Among the victims were entire families, grandparents, parents, and children. Some of them had tried to hide, but they were discovered. Others had no choice but to go, holding their loved ones close. Today, we stand here remembering them. As we move through the exhibition, you will see personal belongings, even everyday things like clothing or books. They are not just artifacts, they are voices from the past. Each of them tells us a personal story. Now, I would like to take you to the memorial outside. This memorial was built to honor those who lost their lives during the genocide in Breslau. This is a place for reflection. As you stand here, take a moment to think about what you have heard today. Think about the families who lived here, the children who played at the streets, and the people who built this town, people whose lives were taken too soon. Some visitors chose to leave flowers, others light candles, and some simply stand in silence. There is no right or wrong way to remember. What matters is that we do not forget. It's painful to learn about these events, but it's necessary. The Holocaust and other genocides did not happen overnight. They started with small acts of hatred, discrimination, propaganda, the spreading of fear. They happened because too many people stood by and did nothing. Even today, the genocide is not just a thing of the past. We have seen similar horrors happen today in different parts of the world. That's why it's our duty to remember and to educate future generations. It's not enough to say never again. We must actively work to prevent such tragedies from happening. Thank you for being here today, for listening and for remembering. What we have seen today is painful, but it's also a lesson about the dangers of hatred and the power of human resilience.